What's up, guys? Back with the log video as promised. It's a longer video than I intended, but it's also a better video than I intended. I'm really pleased with it. If you want to get straight into the squashing action, if you skip to about 3 minutes, that's the end of the build. Thanks again, guys. All this is down to you, your support. Enjoy the video. Okay. So anyone who stuck around to the end of the last video will have already seen this machine. It's basically a great big lever that I'm going to use to magnify the force that I can apply to the cardboard log mixture. So at the minute, what I've been doing is obviously filling this up to the top and then pressing it down by hand with a plunger and just basically putting my full weight on this thing. And as you can see from the last one that I made, the plunger didn't even go in more than a couple of inches. And so if you look at this under here, which is this end, is where I get maximum force out of the lever. If that's there, I've got absolutely no way of putting the lever on top of there. So I've measured up this distance here. So I want the bottom of this to actually be on top of where that plunger was. So I've transferred that across onto here, drilled some new holes, and I'm just going to show you the last bits of undoing this bolt and moving it up. There's no real force on these nuts. They're just finger tight because there's no force acting through the bolt this way. It's just got to transfer the shear of the force down. So I'll whip that out for now. Put that to one side. And then what I've got in these holes is essentially, call it a bit of bushing or something, just so that the thread on this bolt doesn't bite into the timber over time. Just got a bit of plastic tube. So I'm just gonna put this in there, and then it just cuts down to size perfectly. So I've got the rod through now. That's flush with the timber on the inside here, and I'm just going to cut the excess off. And this all comes off really easy. Just using the timber as a guide, get a flush cut. Steady, repeat that on the side. So I've got the 2 bits of plastic in the holes in the frame. I've got an oversized one in the lever. That's to centralise it in the gap. I had to cut a little corner off there because it was clashing with another part of the frame, but let's fit it up now and see how we're looking. The reason for the tube in the middle is to give another route for the water to escape when you apply the pressure, and then also when you're drying it out, it gives another route for the air to circulate around the log, makes it dry out a bit quicker. So, put some gloves on, just fill it manually. I'm just going to fill the rest of this, and then I'll come back to you when I've got it in the press. When it gets near to the top, just get something thin, like a cane, and just compress it just to make sure there's no large voids in there. Any narration? So I just thought I'd show you this actually, even when you're just compacting it a little bit with a cane, you can already see we're driving some of that moisture out through the holes. So get everything lined up. This is actually the first time I've used this, so it could be a bit of an anticlimax. Everything fairly central. Okay, so I'm near the end of the lever, and I'm pretty much gone as far as I did doing it by hand the first time. Actually, that's better already. So we got in about 1.5 inches there. Okay, so I've drained the water off. I've moved up the lever, so now I'm going to be generating more force when I lean down here. So this is untested territory. Oh wow, you can actually feel the force being generated. Yeah, okay, that's quite good. Yeah. Okay, I'm not rushing things. I could actually get that right under the end of the lever there, but I'm just going to do a little squash here, so we don't overstress things. So I'm actually not really putting much force on it. I'm still getting loads of compression. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's gone down loads. Let's move it up right to the end now. This is it. This is basically maximum squish. Okay, I've actually done better than I thought. I could probably do with something in there, get that a little bit further. Well, let's give it a big push. That's one. Okay, we'll leave that there. Stop the video. So I just thought I'd show you this a little bit. I didn't expect this, but in fact, if you watch, you can still see that that's actually growing back out of the end. That's obviously, we've squashed the particles, or squashed some of the water's trapped in there under pressure, and it's now relieving the pressure by prolapsing the cardboard out of the end of the tube. You can actually hear it. But anyway, let's get it out. So I had a bit of damage there when I was extracting it. I think the bottom stays a bit too wet as it's sat in the water. But see a final comparison. So little machine, I've easily compacted that an extra inch, and actually it's a lot denser on the surface. I don't know if I had a finer mix, but I can't really even put my finger into the side there. So yeah, we'll let that dry out, and then maybe I'll weigh the two of them as well and see which is more dense. But yeah, if anyone has got a fire or a stove where we can burn these, if you let me know in the comments below, because I actually don't have one, so don't really know what to do with this now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment. See you guys next time.